Okay, so I've been messing around with the Sons of the Forest building, and there's a few interesting tricks that I discovered I think could be quite helpful. These two structures right here for building those cross gable roofs would be quite cool. This one is a almost similar design, but with a complete square filled in for the wall, which can be useful for side staircases. And here's a version of that second one, as low as possible to the ground, so you could, like I said, build side stairs. Now, you can of course build side stairs, and for example, I in fact have one on this house construction. Now down here, I've already swapped it out for that new style. But on the second floor, I have this issue with, because I placed these normally, I can't fill in this beam here. The other problem is, if I try to place logs in there, it's going to try to fill in the new gap filler logs that they added recently, instead of filling in the whole wall. So I'm going to show you guys real quick how to build these three. Those two are almost identical. So the first thing you want to do is build a 1x2 grid 2 high. I haven't finished this one yet because I do want to make a point. Notice how I can connect this log either with the arrow coming from the corner or from the center. I found the least amount of issues if I always make sure I'm building from a corner piece rather than from a center piece. I don't know if it's just a placebo effect, but it has seemed to save me from the most issues when trying to chop logs. Alright, so there's that complete. Now, if I just wanted to build this one on the right, that's all I'd have to do. If I want to build this one, though, you can't add in that center vertical log to one like this. I'll show you real quick. It's not going to let me place a log there. So what you have to do, you actually have to go up top and add a little peak to it. So I'm going to do that on this one. So I'm building the middle structure here on this one. Alright, once that's done, we're going to chop these two center logs in half. And I'm using log hack to make this go a lot quicker, just for demonstration purposes. Once that's done, these ones that used to be on the second level, we're going to go ahead and realign those. Again, placing from outside in. Okay, next up is I want to replace these two half logs with a full log. But, notice, I can't pull that out right now, so what we're going to need to do, brace these. And then oddly enough, once those are out, it lets you take all the braces out too. Now we can go ahead and place in the single log there. Now sometimes when this falls, one of the top beams doesn't fall with it. So you might have to build up a ramp to get up there and correct it. As long as the vertical log is in place, you can place beams across the top. And in fact, I forgot to go ahead and place this one when I built the peak, so I'll just go ahead and do that right now. So that is the middle structure over there. Now, one little quirk I found with this is you gotta be careful once it's built with removing pieces. see if I can get it to trigger. Sometimes messing with these guys can make the whole thing pop up. Doesn't look like it's going to do it. What will happen is that center log will pop back up to its original height, and there'll be nothing there holding it up. So you do have to be a little careful when removing logs. But there you go. There's the completed structure. Okay, now this last design, which is good to get this sort of wall stair as close to the ground as possible. This one is quite a bit more tricky and can be finicky at times. So you're going to start off very similar. We're going to make a 2x grid, and we're going to make it almost too high. The only difference is we're going to have to raise it a half log off the ground. Now we need a half log is just like over there where we chop, and we're going to replace 2 pieces with a single piece. The smallest we can make that is 2 quarter pieces. Now the side you're going to chop on, you're going to put a full log. The side you chop on is the side that's going to end up with a wall like this with the diagonal piece in it. So I'm going to build this one with the stairs on this side, so that's why I put the full log here. Next up, we're going to be putting full logs there, so we need this another half log higher. But I can't place a half log on there yet. I'm going to have to put a beam across first. Now, I'm going to need a log here in a bit, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that, and then show you why I need it. Alright, so we're building these up to full log height. We're going to fill out the rest of the grid. Once again, just like the other ones, I'm making sure to build arrow pointing away from the corner pieces. Okay. Real quick before you chop, it's a good idea to double check all 6 of the pieces up there or where you want them. And that you have a peak in place if you're doing a staircase. Still line up. There we go. Alright. Now, we want to chop this log here, but notice it won't let me chop it. I don't know the specific reason for it, but if you put a brace log right there, that would let you chop. So we're going to chop this one down to a quarter piece. And then this half piece, we're also going to chop down to a quarter piece. Alright. Now we gotta fill in these side pieces. Next up, this bottom cross brace that's sort of diagonal right there that we added just to be able to put the half log on top, we want to get that out. It's not going to let us remove it though. And the other thing we're going to want to do is replace the 2 quarter pieces with a half piece. So now notice, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to tap C. Usually that's what will happen. We'll jiggle one of the diagonal pieces. If you accidentally remove one, you got to start all over again. So the way to deal with this, take one of your quarters, put it up there, put a log across. That should connect now. Sometimes that's enough. It'll let you jiggle it free. But if it's not, easy enough to fix. Take some half logs. Brace all 3 of these logs that are holding up the rest of the structure. I can get it to go. There we go. Now it still won't let you remove that, but it will let you remove this one. Once that's removed, once again, it's still not going to let you remove that, but as soon as you place this one aligned perfectly horizontal, now you'll be able to pull it out. Its braces, put that one in. So now this side's done. Last, we gotta replace these two half logs with a full log. This one's a lot easier. Just brace these top corners. Should just let us pull them out. Then we can go ahead and place this piece back in. And looks like I need one more top piece. Just build this up. Go place that. Right. Like I said, this one can be finicky. Sometimes they'll let you place it, sometimes it won't. When I made that peak, if I had placed a log, a third log coming down, it would have been there. Thankfully, that piece isn't super necessary whether you're doing roofing or side stairs. You don't have to rebuild this whole thing. What I am going to do is clean up these logs a little bit. And then show building the rest of the stairs. Okay. The other finicky thing about this one is I've noticed I don't need the center one if I'm doing stairs. That one you can't add back in afterwards, so be sure you actually want it gone when you remove it. Sometimes one of these two corner pieces is not able to be removed, so that one can. That one is not going to be able to. So it looks like I'm going to have the stairs on that side. Alright. Got some floors. Here's the cool part about this. As long as you get, like I said, that full square with the corner beam, rather than filling in logs to fill in the triangle, it'll let you place them as walls. And then, you know, you can decorate your stairs however you want. I like to put these little half logs and sort of make rails. There we go. I got a side wall stairs, complete with fully filled in wall. Those are the ways to build these three structures. Like I said, this last one is a little finicky. This first one over here could be great for roofs. This one could be good for stairs on a second level.